I'm comparing the Mitsubishi Tensei White against the Diamana Gen 5 GT. Now I do have the Tensei White in a 65 gram X Flex, and I do have the GT in an 80 gram TX Flex. So they're different flexes, but we're just looking at the profile of the shafts compared to each other. In a previous video, I found that the GT tended to stay to the right hand side a bit more, so I just want to kind of update that and just see if it still does that for me. I'm using these shafts in the TaylorMade Stealth Plus in a 9°. We've got the same length in both shafts, we've got the same spine alignment, so I'm big into spine aligning. I found the hardest part of the shaft and I face it towards the target, so we get the same reaction relative to how the shaft bends and releases, with, in my mind, a bit more consistency. And I feel like if I hit a bad shot, it is 100% my fault. Right, what does this do? Tensei White. It goes straight. Nice little draw, nice shape. Whoa, 290 something carry. That was very nice indeed. 325 finish. The ball I'm using is the Srixon Z-Star XV. With the XV, we tend to find more spin on a wedge and an iron, and we tend to get lower spin with a driver, which is very nice indeed. A little bit heely, so the strike was slightly off, the speed might be slightly down. Not a problem because the ball is still travelling. 323, nice. I feel like I am swinging the club very nice at the minute. It's going a long way. And then he hits a block. Push draw, drop in a little bit quicker. Only 305, 306. Definitely a commentator's curse. That was okay for what it was. Nice little push. Tiny bit of draw. No, it's kind of staying straight on that line. 288 carry. Efficiency of speed off the face very good, so the strike was good. The spin snuck up a little bit. Not a bad group to be fair. Let's go one more. There we go. I've hit up on that a bit more, so it should reduce the spin. Help that ball travel a bit further. Lovely jubbly. 328. Nice. So I'm using both of these on the same loft setting. How do I get on with the GT? Oh, it definitely feels heavier. Pretty good direction wise, and it's still going. Nice carry. Spin a little bit higher than I'd like. Absolutely solid strike. Nice little draw. Not going to the right hand side like I had last time. Maybe because I've built a little bit more speed into my swing, I can actually get the club into the ball easier. 329. So I think when I was last hitting the shaft, I definitely didn't have as much speed as I do now, because I've been working on my swing speed and my strength and my stability and all that fun stuff. Slight mishit. Not a bad shot for a bad strike. That's going fine. 1700 spin, so it cuts through the air better. 307 carry. 337. Oosh. Be interesting to see how these spin rates and everything average out across the two clubs. Swing speed seems to be quite similar, around the 113-14 mark. God, that feels solid. A little bit of overdraw, nothing too drastic. Absolutely travelling though, I don't mind missing the fairway if I'm that far up. 327 again. Whoa, one more with this because I quite enjoyed that, and then I'll go one more Tensei and then we'll look at comparisons. Whoa, knuckleball. The odd shot with the TaylorMade does just dip. The spin dropped to 795 there and it's just dropped out the sky. Now I don't know how to stop that happening, it's just the odd ball does it. That's why I tend to stay away from TaylorMade drivers, just because of that one odd one. So I'll be ignoring that from the pool of data. So one shot coming away from that shaft into this one. This will be what my instincts do. Yeah, very nice. Little push, no drama. Oh, loads of carry. 337. Ooh, nice. So even though we've got two different weights, I want to kind of address the average club speed here down the left. 113.3 against 113.2, so the weight's not changing the speed that I put into the ball. My strike weight was slightly better on average with the Diamana, being 1.45, 1.46. That's not bad, to be fair. I definitely hit up on the Diamana more, which possibly brought the spin down a little bit. Let's see what the spin was like, but 0.9 into out, 0.9 into out, so I'm going into out the same amount, so the shafts aren't changing the dynamics of how I get through the ball in terms of swing path. Peak height, we're looking at 104 against 102, not a bad comparison. There's a bit of variance in there just because I'm not very good. By comparison, they're very similar. Ball speeds, fractionally different. Launch angles a little bit higher with the GT and lower spin. We tend to see higher launch, lower spin, or lower launch, higher spin. In a comparison, generally speaking, we rarely see lower launch and lower spin, or higher launch and higher spin, just from what I found. Carry is slightly more, slightly tighter, 5 degrees of variance against 7 degrees of variance. They're pretty good toe to toe. There's 4 yards in it in total. This is the main thing that I'll be looking at, is this dispersion ring around here. So the white one, or the grey one. So the Diamana GT is a tighter dispersion. The Tensei White is a bigger area of spread. So even though this is 4 yards, this is the healthier one. That's the healthier dispersion. So I'd be looking at the GT to use in comparison. But that's just me. That's how those shafts react to my swing. If you get the chance, you need to go and try them out for yourself. Custom fitting is very important. If you're looking at aftermarket shafts that are more expensive, or you're looking at the stock shafts within a set of clubs or a set of drivers, you just want to go and see which is the best option for you and your flight.